All right, we are rolling. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. Thank y'all for taking time to stop by and check it out. And I'm just gonna make a small intro. We got a big project fixing to be up on the table. I'm extremely excited that I got my hands on this jewel. I'm not gonna tell you what it is right now. Then the suspense is gonna kill you. Because I want to start on it right now. But anyway, I have one of my good compadres gonna stop by in the morning, and I'll go on more in depth whenever I introduce you to him of what we got going on. But I am gonna spin you around real quick, give you a glimpse of the boxes. Yes, we're not doing a regular old bike restoration. What can I tell you we're gonna do? We're gonna build one screaming Moto race bike. That's what we're gonna do. So, I just wanna get this small intro out of the way. It gives you time to go over and hit that notification bell. Go to the top and you can select all. That way you get notified, because this is gonna be a multiple series of videos on this bike. So, that way when you select all, it'll give you a little deal. Said, hey, that old Rick guy popped up in the video. What's he doing now? So, and feel free to share it on any platform, Facebook or whatever, or any of the mini bike pages that you're on. I'm probably on the same ones you are. But anyway, feel free to do that. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so never thought I'd even hit 100. Wow. So thank y'all very much for watching. Appreciate it. So, like I said, I'll introduce you to my compadre in the morning when he gets here. If I don't start putting it together tonight. No, I told him I'd wait till he got here. Anyway, so, all right, everybody go to bed. I'm gonna try and go to bed. That's probably not gonna happen. And we will see y'all in the morning. All right, good morning, folks. Welcome back. All right, like I said earlier, we got a special build today. But this is my great friend, my good race brother, Brandon. He raced with me last year in the 180.
Yes, sir.
Do we have a good time?
Oh, yeah.
It was a great time. So that's what we're doing today is we got us a new race bike down here. We're gonna pull it out of the box, show you what got going on. Wife's got him a shirt anyway. So, the bike that we're gonna build, you race. What is the bike you race?
It's a MM80, hardtail, no suspension. Actually, I run the front suspension from Go Power Sports right now.
That's the Moto.
Moto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you got a bike like Brandon and you want a swing arm suspension on it, well, you're gonna watch this video. So we're gonna get this pulled out of the box and show you what we're gonna be working on today. So y'all stay tuned. Alrighty, folks. Here's what you get when you get one of these from Go Power Sports. You can look them up. You want to buy a bike. You already got your own power plant. We just pulled it right out of the box, and this is what you get. The chain's already there. Your clutch will be down inside the box. Got your number plate, and all your stickers and decals are all wrapped up, so you make sure you don't want to throw these away. The front tires right there. They got everything all bungeed up and taped so nothing gets messed up. Then all your handlebar assembly and your throttle and all that. Your front forks, which this one comes with the suspension front forks. So we're gonna take this bike here, and we're gonna put the new, so excited to get this. This is the whole new swing arm kit that Go Power Sports is coming out with. Don't have it out yet. We are one of 3 of the first guinea pigs to give this thing a test. And after looking at this, it is extremely very well made. So we're gonna put it to the test, and we're gonna see if Brandon and I can break this thing today. So we're gonna get the bike uncrated, get this up on the table, and we're gonna start putting it together. So stay tuned. All right, we got the bike up on the table and got everything stripped off that we are not gonna use. We took the brake that came on it, we got that off, got that out of the way. Brandon's over here getting the front end put on. All this stuff comes in a nice little plastic bag in your kit. So we're getting all that mocked up, getting the front end adjusted. We took the little tab out that goes here for your third engine mount bolt. Got the chain guard off the other side. Got the chain out of the way. So Brandon gets that front end, front fender on. Then we're gonna come back. We're we're going to start on installing the whole swing arm kit. Get the rear wheel out of the way and do a little cutting. All right, Brendan's got the front end on here. Got the risers, just kind of mark the bars up till we get it on the ground, see what feels comfortable. And then we didn't put the front wheel on yet because this kit comes with your front hydraulic brake setup. But we're going to leave that. Now we're going to focus on what we got to do to the back swing arm back here. So when you get this kit, you go to install it. You come down right here, right behind this back tab. You can take your old death wheel, make a cut here at the top and the bottom, and basically cut this whole loop section right out on both sides right there. So that's what you got to do there. And you come around to the other side of the bike, you're going to do the same thing. It's not going to look pretty. I'm pretty sure that when you do this, that Go Power Sports is going to have plugs that you can actually plug into your pipe to make it look pretty. And the same thing, if you come up here, you're going to keep your same foot pegs because you're going to relocate them. But if you wanted to cut this off, leave this in here for your added bracing for the frame. And when you cut this off, they're going to have plugs that plug that in and make it all look pretty. So we're going to get the old death wheel out, get the rear wheel off, and we're going to cut this frame off. All right, folks. Brandon's fixing up the pack of goodies. This is what comes in your kit for your swing arm. So when you open up the packages, you'll have 2 shafts, and then they'll be wrapped up. One's going to be for your front brake assembly and all that goodies. But you find the one that's got the bushings in it, and that should be all the hardware for your rear shocks and the shock brackets, your wheel spacers, and all that good stuff. Like I said, the bushings for the deal. While he's doing that, explain to you what we did up here. We just lightly tighten these up on your left side of the bike where your factory chain adjuster goes. You need to come right up here to the top, take your old death wheel or a little small grinder, whatever you got, and notch this off about just a hair right there to make this bracket fit right up into place. We got all these up here loosely on both sides. So we're gonna assemble the swing arm, get the bushings put in that, then we're gonna show you how this goes together. All right, we're fixing to mount the swing arm. I'm gonna explain to you where everything goes. You got your 2 bushings. These are oilless bushings or oil impregnated bushings. You're gonna have one that goes in each side of your swing arm, just like so. And then when you get ready to put your main pivot bolt in, you have a washer on the outside. On your other end where your lock nut and washer goes, you'll have wash there. And in between, you're gonna have 2 washers on each side to make sure that when you get it in there, you have clearance in your swing arm into frame relation. And some of these might be different, you know, not every one of these frames is built to a certain spec, so on your particular application, you might have to put 3 on one side, 2 to 1, however that works out. But in this particular one, we found that if we mocked it up, 2 washers on both sides will give us enough clearance for the swing arm. So we're gonna get that mounted in, and we'll show you what that looks like after we got mounted into place. And some of these washers going into place might be a little on the snug side, so you might need an extra hand getting the washers into place. But that's where you wanna make sure it's tight and you have clearance between each side. And we did notice this was kind of tight right here where the swing arm is coming. So, you know, if these are giving you a problem, you can take your grinder and both your axle stud bolts, since you're not using them, you could grind this down to give you a little extra clearance. But we got everything lined out, so we're gonna get this mounted and then we'll show you what it looks like. All right, we got your swing arm mounted. Like I said, once you got your bushings on both sides of your swing arm, we put 2 washers on each side. On your outside pivot bolt, you got your bolt that goes through, you got a flat washer here, and you got a flat washer on your other side of the nut. Now getting these in here, they're not gonna go in easy. So if you got an extra set of hands, or you got, you know, you could pry your back part of the frame open a little bit to give you some room to get them in there. But that's very crucial when you're setting all this stuff up. If you got it too loose, you got too much play in your swing arm, that might cause you some problems down the road. So you want it nice and stiff, but whenever you raise your arm up, you're gonna make sure you got plenty of clearance on both sides of your frame right here. And as you can see, this one goes up and down. It's good and snug, and we got plenty of clearance between their new swing arm and the existing frame. So that's how you mount that rascal up. Now Brendan's got some parts for the shock mounts, and those are gonna go right up here on the side. We got 2 of them. You're gonna got one on each side. We're gonna get those mounted. We're gonna get the shocks mounted up into place, and we'll show you what that looks like when we get that done. All right, we got the mounts right here. We move the mounts to hold your top shock mount pretty much all the way to the top where your frame comes down. We left them kind of loose till we mark the shock up. Just put the bolts in for your swing arm. That way you kind of get the angle you want of where your shock's gonna go. Looks a little off, but that's just the way the geometry of the shock is mounted to the frame, but everything clear so far. So we're gonna get those tightened up and start throwing a rear wheel assembly in this thing. All right, got our shocks all bolted up right here. Got your flat washer on the back. Got your lock nut that is supplied in the kit for both sides. Got your top brackets all mounted up with your hardware that they put in your kit. So that's how your shock should look. Mount on the outside of your swing arm. So now we're gonna come over here and in your kit, they supplied you with a fancy bracket they got right here. And this is going to be to relocate your idler arm, which normally is on a little tab right here on the top. We went ahead and ground that tab off to get it out of the way. Get that out of the way. That was hot. Don't pick it up when it's hot. So anyway, we got your factory wheel that was located for your chain tensioner, and the bolt, the hardware, and your spacer and lock nut. So we're going to mount that onto this right here. They sent you two bolts with lock washers, and that's going to take your new deal. It's going to bolt to the frame just like so, right on the outside edge. And this is actually adjustable, so you can adjust your height. So we're going to mount the factory wheel onto the new arm they supplied in the kit. Then we're going to come back over here, and you'll find this bag in your kit. And this is going to be your rear chain guide. It's got a polyurethane block, and all that's going to mount up right here. So we're going to get that lined out and show you how that goes together. All right, we got the rear axle assembly in, right down inside here. This is going to be tight. We got, looks like 3 flat washers on this side, and we put 4 on this side, but you want to make sure you got enough clearance in between your swing arm and your nuts right here for your sprocket. So you want to make sure and keep an eye on that. We've got good clearance here. We got the brake assembly mounted. Brandon's figuring out where we're going to route his brake lever. Oh, got the chain guide mocked up here. We do believe this is the way we're going to go with. There's actually a big insert hole for your chain to exit from this side, or enter from this side, exit from the back side. So we're going with the wider open part towards the inside, towards your engine, and the smaller part coming out the back. Then we're going to roll the chain on it and see how all that looks. But got the guide and everything mounted. So Brandon's going to get that mounted. Then we're going to jump trying to, I think, get the front end on it, go ahead and get in a roller, get a motor on it so we can ride this thing. All right, now we're up here in your kit. This is your new foot peg relocator kit. So we put the engine plate in that they supplied, figured out where we wanted this, got some holes punched, got this mounted. So what we're going to do is take the hardware off your existing factory and then install it into your new peg that you got located. And then we're going to take this and cut this excess off and keep these for another project. We're going to cut these off and get those out of the way. So we'll get that done. We're going to get the engine plate and the adjustable aluminum plate. We'll get that mocked up, show you how all that bolts together before we stick the engine on. All right, we got to take the foot pegs off both sides, and we were figuring out how they were going to fit. And Brandon came up with the idea. It's like, hey, we need to swap the left peg to the right and the right peg to the left. That way they fold up and look better. So when you get ready to do this part of it, and you got to put your foot pegs on and take your front to the back, and they don't look right, do like Brandon says. Take your left, put it on the right, put the right on the left, and then they look just like they're supposed to. So he's already got the plate on, and we're going to go grab the motor. We already got the gas tank off it, so we're going to sit the motor up here, trying to get everything loose, but tight and snugged up, just so we can still shift the motor from front to back, side to side, get the chain on it. Because when you do one of these, the bike does come with the chain, but since you're adding, Brandon, what would we come up with on the total length on the swing arm?
8.5 inches.
8.5 inches. Thank you. Yes, we measured right here from where your original axle was to the back here. So whenever you're doing this whole swing arm kit, you're adding 8.5?
Yep.
8.5 inches. So you will add some to your chain. So Brandon's getting the bolts in that. I'm gonna go grab the motor, grab another length of chain, and we're gonna get the chain and get that lined up. All right, we're about ready to put it on the ground. We just got us a dummy Hemi motor to run for today. Zip tied our gas tank to the top, because all we're worried about is making sure that we're going to test this swing arm out and give it a good sending today and see how it works out. But what do you think, Brandon? How was this? How do you think this job went?
I think it went pretty good. I like it. I'm excited to ride it.
You think it's going to hold up to our style of racing?
You know, I guess we'll find out.
We're going to find out. Because when we race stuff, we don't...
we send it.
We send it. And like when we get out on the track, it's a little different because the way we race is you don't have an hour or 2 hours to try and get as many laps in. It's like we got, what is it? Say we do 8-10 laps and we get out there and it's a full send from the green flag on. Yeah, so you gotta go the whole time. There's no babying it around. You got to give it 110%. Just get out in front and stay out in front of everybody. So if anybody's going to break it, it's going to be one of us two. So we're going to drop it on the ground. We already checked over every nut and bolt. I think we're good. And yeah, we ain't running an air cleaner. Who cares? So you ready to put it on the ground and run it?
Let's run it.
All right, we're going to put it on the ground, fired up. All right, we just got it out off the table. We got gas in it. Got it fired up. And Brother Brandon's going to get on. He's going to do a couple small rips around the yard. Get the feel of it. We already checked brakes. Oil and everything's good. Dude, just watching the suspension work on that thing. I can say Brother Brennan's a real big guy, but the weight transfer on this thing is pretty awesome. Yeah, I think that old dog's gonna hunt pretty good. We'll see how he watches when he comes down and comes down through the yard right here. Yeah, that swing arm works. Yeah, I think he likes it. Yeah, way more comfortable to ride now. for a rigid frame bike, man. All right, now let me give me that thing. So you ride the same bike in outlaw class. Got a little header burn on my leg.
Oh, yeah.
Ow! Okay, so after riding your bike and racing your bike, compare your bike to how this thing feels now. Honest opinion.
Man, it feels great. I can't wait to hit some jumps on it.
Yeah, I'm just coming off that right there. It's like, wow. And off a rigid frame bike where only suspension you got is what padding you got in the seat and your butt cheeks. Then you're on this and it's like a million times better.
I think we will, once we get those 10-inch wheels on there, it's really going to be,
yes,
give a little more clearance. And because you were, when going around the corner right here, you were grinding a little bit on the kickstand.
Yeah.
But man, it rides great. I like it.
Awesome.
Get us some risers on the handlebars and it's gonna be a rider.
It's awesome.
I can't wait to hit some jumps.
Yeah, for sure. You want the choke lever?
No.
Okay. Yep, we're rolling. All right, folks, that's gonna wrap it up for this part. We got the swing arm put on. So this swing arm is not out yet. So make sure you go on the gopowersports.com webpage. Keep an eye on that because they still got a few things they got to get in, but they pretty much got the bugs worked out. We're gonna let them know that we kicked the snot out of this one today and it held up tremendously great. We had no No issues with it. Did get a couple header burns, but that was his fault, not mine. But anyway, so if you want one of these for your Motovox, not Motovox, this is a Mega Moto or the 105. That's what this swing arm is gonna fit. So whenever they get all the stuff and get it lined out, they'll start posting it, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be very happy with it, because you ride the same bike, and
been riding it for 4 or 5 years and jumping the crap out of it with the rigid frame, and this thing is definitely a huge upgrade.
Yeah, exactly. So
and all bolt on, you know, you don't need a welder, none of that. It's all bolt on,
and it's not really. We took a little time. Of course, we were lily-gagging around, but as far as installation time on hardness out of a 1 to 10, I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe a 6 or so.
Maybe so. Yeah. And like you said, you don't have to weld anything. Just takes a little time to line up bolts, get your swing arm in the right position. That way you make sure you got good chain alignment. But it's a bolt together kit, and it's very well built. It's like 1/4-inch thick plate. So I'm not sure anybody's gonna have any problems trying to break it. We jumped the snot out of it today, and it seemed to hold up great.
Lots of options for 10-inch wheels, 6-inch wheels. So
yes, there's a lot of options they got working on that they're still trying to track down parts and supply and demand. You know how that goes. You order something, and they tell you it's going to be months. So bear with them, folks. They don't want to send out something that's just like halfway done. They want to make sure whenever you get the product, you're happy with it. It bolts together, it lasts, and you get what you pay for. So that's what they're working on. So make sure and keep an eye on their webpage. That's gopowersports.com, and we want to thank them a tremendous amount for sending us this one to give a shout out and try. And we got a lot more mods to do to this bike. His brother here and I, we're going to have this bike here at the GPS 180 this year, which is in a few months.
November 12th, right?
Yeah, November 12th. So.
And we're going to hope to pull off better than 4th this year.
Yes. I think that's a lot of my fault. I was not giving it 100% like we normally do in a race. I was trying to be conservative, and come to find out later, we missed by seconds for 3rd place. So everybody else better pack a lunch, because we ain't going to play this year. We're going to take the crown with this bike. So you want to make sure and stay tuned. We got a lot more mods to do the same. We got a power plant to build for it. There's a lot more work that's going to be done. But y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. And thanks, brother, for stopping by for the day. Greatly appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I was happy to be a part of it.
Cool. So y'all make sure and stick around. We'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all take care.